Hey coaches, okay, today we are going to talk about video and photos and apps that are your best friends and my best tips for how you make your photos bigger, brighter, a little bit more defined, how you make your videos more enhanced. How am I recording myself on video? Because I'm usually making my workout like videos during my workout because I only have X amount of time to do my workout because I'm going to teach my 6 o'clock class. I have a very short time window to get my workout done, to film for my Instagram stories, to film for my normal Facebook video, which is the same video that I also post on my Instagram account, and then make it to my class. So I have to kind of multitask. For Instagram stories, typically you want it vertically. However, they do have this feature where you can pinch the video or pinch a photo that is taken in a bigger dimension and shrink it down. Some people don't like the look of that in a story. They can tell that it wasn't filmed in a story, and so they don't like that. So if I'm rushing, I will just film it horizontally, because this is how you need to film your regular video that you're going to post on your Instagram feed or your Facebook feed. Then it should be horizontal. However, Instagram story, it is built for vertical. Yourself like vertically and then refilm the same thing horizontally. Sometimes I do that. So I'll do like a 15-second, or like you have to hit play on or to start your video, then get back into your spot, and then you can just go through even in your camera roll and you touch on the video, hit edit in your camera roll, and then there's the bar at the bottom to trim it. And so then I'll just trim it to 15 seconds, save it as a new film, and then I can upload that into my Instagram story. 15 seconds of the film, because again, that's how long your Instagram story can be at this time. And you can, when I upload it in your Instagram story, you go to that little camera icon, you can swipe up to select from your camera roll, find that video. And then what I will do, because oftentimes I am at the gym and there are ladies next to me who talk during their workout, I make sure that I hit the mute sound in the Instagram story. So you can add text, you can add little images. If you have the GIF feature, I still don't have it yet, even though I updated weeks ago. If you have that, you can add those other little effects to your video if you want to. I do recommend adding some text to it. And half the time, people, honestly, when it's a story, they really don't care about the music part. So honestly, don't stress about having music in your Instagram story. Then I'll add whatever text. So maybe I want to add, tell them what it is that I'm doing, or how many sets of this exercise, or you're doing it for 30 seconds, you're doing it for a minute, you're doing it for 45 seconds, whatever. And then oftentimes, I will also add in your stories, you can add 15 hashtags. You don't want to make it so cluttered so people are seeing like a ton of hashtags all over the place. So one tip is to create your hashtag and then you swipe it off the screen so it's hidden. The other thing that I typically do, here's another way that I hide my hashtags. So if I'm putting on my workout in my Instagram story, I'm putting text on that specific story. So let's just say it was squats for 30 seconds and then squat jumps for 30 seconds. So if it was like a fixed extreme workout. Fonts that you can now use on your Instagram story. On the first one, you have the option to add that block behind it, right? So it can make your text stand out from the picture or from the background. So it adds a color behind it. If you make that a little bit bigger, then you add new text and you can add up to 10 hashtags. I typically stick to about 4 on my story, to be honest with you. And then I pinch them really, really small and I move them behind the block. And then I just take the block text, the first block text that I put, and I just move it down and then I move it back up. So now it's covered those hashtags. And I do the same thing with my location tag. You can put a tag, and so I will tag places in Texas, I will tag places back home in Rhode Island, I will tag lots of different places in Maryland, not just where I live in Silver Spring, other states and cities. Even if I'm not physically working out there, that's the beauty of it. And again, I pinch it really, really small, so you have that feature to make the text big or small. And again, I'll move it up behind that block feature, my hashtags, and it's covering my location. Then you just hit post to your story and it's in your story, and hopefully it's going to show up under those hashtags. and it's hopefully going to show up under, if somebody is searching, for instance, Silver Spring, Maryland, my workout stories possibly might show up under that location tag. In your regular feed, it should be horizontally filmed. And then there is the option when you're going to upload your video to your Instagram feed, there's an option to touch. It's like a little arrow. And again, it's going to make it bigger or smaller. So I always first make it bigger so I can see what it would look like full size. And then when Instagram uploads it, it's going to fit as much as it can in there. Then you have the option to change the filters on there. You do want to make your page look more succinct, home style or home living, or specific bloggers feeds, right? Sometimes it's very crisp and white. It's got this very sequent flow. All the images you can tell belong in that feed. I try to stick to the same two filters for Instagram. The other trick is, like, I'm filming this now, I have this giant ring light behind me. I don't typically bring that into my workout room, and I don't have that when I'm at the gym. When I used to do my workouts in my basement, I would prop up little small like desk lamps, plug in lights around where I was working out, but so you couldn't see it in the video. And that would just make more light on me, and it would always make sure that there was a light behind wherever I propped my phone up. That's going to make your videos and images pop more, especially if you're working out at 5 a.m. and your house is still asleep. You need to increase the lighting. This is 2018. People are not putting up with dark photos, dark videos, grainy looking. It does need to have that a little bit more professional, a little bit more put into it. But honestly, guys, this doesn't take a lot at all. You want the light not coming at the camera, behind the camera. Same thing if you're taking a photo. You never want your back to the window and taking it like this, and the window is here. You want to do it like I do here. My window is there. The light is coming in this way. You're going to show up much more. To always, like downstairs, I had a little table. I had a chair. I had like old workout, the boxes when we used to get the DVDs from Beachbody. I would save those big boxes so I could prop things up higher or lower, and I would prop up my phone. Then I got really smart. Photo Pro, okay, and it's a tripod. This is the bottom. The bottom part comes out, right? So if you don't want the stand, obviously if you're doing your workout, you need to prop up the stand. But if you just wanted to hold your selfie stick, then this whole part is your selfie stick. It adjusts to 4 height. Once in a while, I need it to be a little bit higher. I can prop it up. I have something in the sunroom when I work out at home, or the bench at a gym that you would do like your chest flies and whatnot on. I can just prop it up on that, right? So if I am filming for an Instagram story, I hold it like this. When I decide I'm gonna film it for my feed, a larger video that's gonna go on my Instagram feed, my Facebook feed, it is vertical. Last little bit. Here are the 2 apps that I always use for my videos. iMovie, and for years I used Splice. I'm not sure that you can get that if you don't have an iPhone. I know obviously you can't get iMovie if you don't have an iPhone. But the good news with Splice is it gives you so many music options, and they are copyright free. You will not get in trouble for use. Facebook really cracked down, and people's accounts were getting shut down. Whatever. It's like a cover artist. They might sound very similar, but it's a cover artist. But there are some songs that sound so similar that when Facebook is screening, because this happens to me once in a while, when they're screening, you'll get a message and it says, we can post your video with muted parts of the song because we believe that this belongs to somebody else. Or do you have the right? I never say I have the right. I'm not going to fight them on that. I don't own the song. I didn't create the song. So I'll just either say, sure, post it muted, or most of the time I'll just go back in, edit the video by a real song, like your favorite artist off of iTunes. Do not use it. Instagram has not cracked down on us yet. I have gotten away with it on Instagram. But Facebook, for sure, etc. And Splice, again, has a feature when you're creating a video. So if you want to edit your Instagram story one, you would edit it and film it in portrait. Then if you want to recreate another one and use it for your actual Instagram feed or Facebook page, you would edit it horizontal, or on Splice, it's called landscape. You do need to film it horizontally. It does not come out right if you film it vertically. You will notice that when you upload it, you now have these two big black bars on either side, and it just doesn't look that. It's like, oh, this person didn't know how to film it correctly and didn't use the right app to film it into. These are the video ones that I use. So I use iMovie. A lot of people love Pick, Play, Post. I personally just don't find it that great. And then this black one with the S, that one is Splice. Phonto, Phonto. This is the one that I pretty much use for everything. It's called Snapseed, Snapseed. Facetune is great. I think that one you do have to pay for, and for some higher features in it you have to. But I know it's really good. It'll take out redness. It'll take out blemishes. It'll do a red eye. Snapseed will do some red eye too. Snapseed is one where it can add drama to it to make certain things pop more. Again, however much you're editing, you don't want to edit it too bad because then you don't even look like you anymore. Use those same ones for all of your photos so that they do look more cohesive. Snapseed, you can like blend or blur the background, and you can just, it's called lens blur. So you could put the image, like say you just wanted your body and you wanted to like kind of blend out the background. Like let's say you got your laundry in the background and you don't really want that in the photo. You can kind of blend it. You can blend it extreme, or you can blend it just a little bit that they can kind of see what it is, but it's not like popping out that you've got this laundry or craziness in the background. And so that the more focal is on you. You can add text to your photos. You can add text on iMovie and on Splice to your videos if you wanted. So sometimes I'll add text a little bit here and there. Play around with this. This is trial and error. My original photos, my original videos were horrendous, but I knew that the more I got practice at it, the better I would get. And now I can pump out videos, and I can do this whole doing my workout at the same time as filming an Instagram story, adding this. Another tip for your Instagram story. In Instagram story, there is the feature. So you have all these things at the bottom, right? So you've got live, you've got your normal, if you were just to hold it down and take the video. You've got your boomerang. I always do that hands-free. But here's the tip with hands-free. You can't just touch it once because it's gonna start right away. You've got 3 seconds to hit the hands-free. So again, it's sitting here on my trusty tripod right here. I'm about to come back and stand over here and do my workout. I hit that hands-free, I hold it down. As soon as it turns black, and it's gonna start counting, 3, 2, 1, then it's live. Use your 15 seconds well. Then, let's say you wanna keep going with your workout. You don't wanna stop and add a hashtag and add text and add this other stuff. A lot of times, especially if I'm rushing at the gym, I will film it in Instagram story. So it's on hands-free. I'm gonna hold it down. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna let this go. It's gonna be awkward for 15 seconds. Okay, so now
it's gonna be awkward for 15 seconds.
This is your
I just
video.
want to show you. Actually,
I will hit mute because again, let me put this volume down. So I will hit the volume button at the top to exit out so there's no volume, because especially usually I'm filming them at the gym. Like I said, there's background noise, there's the radio overhead, there's somebody on the freaking elliptical behind me every morning. So there's noises going on that I don't want people to be distracted by and I don't like listening to. And especially if we've got some kind of random conversation going, I don't need that to be in the video, which every once in a while I make a mistake and it is. So you hit that mute button, the volume, hit that, so it's got an X. Then you can save it. You can submit it to post to your Instagram story, or you can hit save. I want to be able to go back and add text, add a hashtag, add a location, if I want to add music in another app, I can. I will hit save. Once it says saved, then I hit the X at the top, which you can do if you're like, oh shoot, I didn't film that right. Just hit X, delete it. It doesn't have to post. When I'm done with my class, I'll come back home and then I can go play around with my stories, add the text that I want, add the hashtags that I want. If I'm gonna add music, again, I'll put it in a different app and do that. The other tip, if you are home or you are in a space that you can play music on your Instagram story, open up your Spotify. I don't use Spotify, my husband does. If you use Spotify, or open up a playlist in your iTunes, start playing the song that you want to play, then quickly go to your Instagram story, hold down It doesn't work if it's on Bluetooth. If it's not on Bluetooth, you can play your music so you're hearing your music. You can still do the 3-second hold on the hands-free, and that way you'll get music. So you can also film it that way, and then again, save it to your camera roll, then re-upload it when you have the time to add a little bit of text, add a few hashtags. Connect. So here's the last tip. You should not connect your Instagram to your Facebook, meaning if I post to Instagram, it's gonna show up on my Facebook feed. No, no, no. Facebook wants everything organic. What I'll do is I'll post to Instagram. I will copy all of the text except for all the hashtags, text on my Instagram feed, right? So if I'm posting to my feed, I'll copy that text, copy it to the clipboard. I'll go up to Facebook, open it up. I'll post the Facebook fitness page on my Facebook fitness account. If you don't have a like page yet, just post it to your regular account, get that traction going. And then again, I'll hit paste. It'll copy that same text from Instagram. I'll go through, edit out any hashtags, delete them, delete them, delete them. And then hit post. Under your settings in Instagram, under your story settings, this is different than that. I just told you not to connect your Instagram account to your Facebook account. That's for your general post. Under your story settings, you can. So anytime you make an Instagram story, it will automatically save you time and post it to your Facebook story. Let me know if this helps. If you've got other apps or tips you would like to share below, let me know. Guys, I've done a lot of this just by trial and error. I do a lot of this by learning things from the Beachbody Champions page. And my biggest thing that I learned way before we had the Champions pages, I spent tons of time on YouTube. Lots of other coaches are sharing their tips. This is where I learn it from. I try it. Does it work for me? Does it not work for me? And we go from there. I hope this is helpful. Take that time. It's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning, the first few times that you're taking videos of yourself, working out. Here's my last tip, right? Horizontally, like I said, for my workout, it's saved into your camera roll. What if I decide I want to use some screenshot images, some still images of me working out? The best way to do that, or even if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to take this selfie and I can't get a good selfie, prop your phone up, push play on video, just film yourself being natural, then go through like we did in the very, very beginning where I said I can trim it down in the camera roll, go to that video, hit edit, find where it's a really good still image, and then screenshot that still image, then go to that still image in your camera roll, hit edit again, edit it out so it's that perfect little rectangle, so it doesn't have all the black lines and doesn't have the camera roll thing at the bottom, and boom, there you go, perfect selfie to use. You can use it in another post later on, so I will go through every day and save a couple still images from my workouts, so I have them in my phone when it's that time and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't really look good, I don't feel like taking a selfie right now, but I have a picture that I can use because it's already in my camera roll. Again, I'll edit it in that Snapseed app. Anything that I need to do, bam, it's good to go. I come up with the, whatever post I'm going to use for my copy, for my actual post, and there it goes. So I constantly have like stock photos of me, whether it's selfies. Anytime you look really good, take a bunch of selfies in different places. So you have them saved on your camera roll to use for those days where you're rushing or your hair looks like crap or you're just like, oh my God, the last thing I want to do is take a selfie right now. Or, you broke out with some zit and you're like, I don't want that on my freaking page forever. So there you've got some. And then other ones too, if you want some good workout selfies, it's super hard to try to get a workout selfie holding it and trying to move. So again, use that video feature, film yourself for a little bit, go through and edit it, find one of those really good still images where like, okay, that's a good angle, screenshot it, boom, edit it in an app, good to go. Those are my best tips, guys. This is what works for me. So give it a try.